So my name is Alana Conabear. I farm with my parents on a dairy, poultry, and cash crop farm just outside of Listowel. We milk between 115 to 120 cows on 3 robots, and we built the robot barn in 2011. So we started genotyping many years ago. As soon as the tool became available, we saw it as a really valuable resource to be able to confirm parentage on any animals we were questioning. For calving, we have cameras that monitor the maternity pens 24/7, but sometimes you'll still have a cow or a couple of cows that calve in an area that we can't always confirm which calf is off of which dam. So in that case, you have at best a 50-50 chance confirming which calf is off of which dam. So in that scenario, confirming the genotype is a really valuable tool for us because, again, taking that guess is just too big of a mistake to potentially make, because it can have a long-term impact when we register these calves. So when we genotype calves, I find the process really simple. From taking the tissue sample to sending it in, it doesn't add much time onto the registration for me. And then if I have any questions, Holstein Canada has always been really good about following up if there is any questions that myself or they have. Again, I will send in the samples at the time of registration. So this is a pretty seamless task because it's already well integrated into our protocols. I think as on-farm costs become higher and higher, we need to look more closely at gaining more tools in our repertoire that we can use to make better breeding decisions, better management decisions. So I could see genotyping as becoming one of these tools to make us more efficient and make better decisions in terms of breeding. So we have DHI milk testing, we have robots that are gathering milk data all the time, with classification and using genotype. All these things kind of coalesce together. I would say that all of the information is important because it all plays different roles in being able to help us make better decisions. So when we genotype, again, it adds another layer of accuracy. I have lots of information about dams based on milk weights and milk testing, but sometimes the bulls can be a bit of a variable that I'm unsure of. So again, genotyping allows me to get more information to complement the information I already have about the dam and eliminate some of those variables that I might be unsure of on the sire side. For us, the main target for genotyping is to confirm parentage, but there's also other tests that come back. We can test for any homozygous genes that come up in the calf, and if there is any genetic abnormalities, it's usually flagged at that time too. The A2A2 possibility is certainly like an interesting option to have for the future. Currently, we don't separate any A2A2 milk, but again, with genotyping, we have a better idea of who could be candidates for that breeding and what number of cows in our herd could potentially add to A2A2 milk. It is nice to have that information to know whether that's a viable option. If there's ever a calf where you aren't 100% confident in the sire or dam, that information is so critical. We're so precise with everything else in our industry, and our management is so important to have that as a variable that's questionable. It doesn't fit with our industry standards or what many dairy farmers consider important on farm. And it's such an important thing for the long-term implications when you get it wrong. So for instance, if you have the wrong dam and sire combo, your breeding for that entire lineage could have a serious error. Genotyping is such an easy tool to eliminate any unknown variable. So yes, I would always recommend it.